See, I started this company 34 years ago in 1991. I was 28 years old. Dylan was not even a figment of my imagination. Andy, my oldest son, was like an 18-month-old baby, and Emma was a baby, okay, when I started. They are now 36 and 33. So that tells you how long I've been doing this. And one thing we found out very, very early on that we've kind of lost, and I want to bring back to this company, and I want you guys to lead the way with it, and everybody who watches this video to lead the way with it, is we used to be renowned for our service and our food. I mean, people would come up to me because we had no marketing budget, y'all. I started with $500. I was unemployed when I started this company, all right? I didn't have a rich uncle. I didn't have anything. I went and worked open and closed in a store, a closed restaurant for 2 years until we started building that Andy's name. How did we build it? We built it through a philosophy of care, which I'm not going to go over today. A lot of the old people know exactly what care is. Some of you guys might have bits and pieces of it. But we built it on absolutely, it's called love your neighbor now, but it's actually, what it is that we took care of each other. We talked to each other respectfully. We had fun together. You know what I mean? We had this team, this family, this whatever, but most importantly too, we looked at our guests differently than every competitor out there does. There was a family, and really when this hit me was very early on, when I was not a wealthy guy at all, okay? But this family would come and eat with us every Saturday night. And keep in mind now, I needed every dollar I could get, you know, and I had pressure on me and I had stress on me. But this is when I learned, Beth, how to look at people through another set of eyes. This family came in to eat with us the first time. Dad wore this big old floppy cowboy kind of hat. Mom was one of these, and I actually went up to the table and said, "Hey guys, how you doing today?" Right? Went up to the table. Dad would look at me. He was missing some teeth. Mom was one of these ladies, y'all know the type, man, could sit here like this and just kind of glance like that. Very shy. Very unseen. 2 little kids. Little boy, little girl. Hair kind of matted up. Dirty little faces. And we weren't the cheapest place. You guys got to understand. I'll get emotional about this. We weren't the cheapest place back then. As a matter of fact, in 1991, believe it or not, right across the street at McDonald's were 39-cent cheeseburgers. I sure as heck couldn't charge 39 cents for a cheeseburger. The cheeseburger raw cost me 39 cents, right? They ain't with us. You know why? Because we saw them. They could walk around that mall and nobody would ever give them a second look. They could walk around that mall and nobody, as a matter of fact, some people might look at them and go, "Oh, look at that poor white trash." We saw it. It's a king and a queen, and a prince and a princess. So every time they would come on Saturday night, it was our friends coming. And we saw it. We would love this, and even on sometimes they didn't eat with us, but guess what they all did whenever they walked by our space in the mall? All 4 little heads would look in, and we'd say, "Hi. Hey, Dad, what are you doing? Are you coming in tonight?" "No, we can't come in." "Hey, good to see you." We saw them. Guarantee you, nowhere else in that mall, nowhere else in their life were they seen. You understand what I'm saying here? As a server, it's more than just anybody can cook food, get it out in a timely manner, take an order, put down a drink, and deliver food. And even go back and refill a drink or whatever. Anybody can do that. We have to learn to look at people differently. We have to learn to see people, to care about them, to all that, to do that little extra. And that's what I'm here today to tell you that we did. I'll give you a couple other examples. I remember early on too, I'd watch moms come in with little kids. Who in here has seen moms come in with, and a lot of times cooks, they ask for a hot dog cut up, right? You don't ever have somebody ask for a hot dog cut up for the little ones, right? And what ends up happening? They drop about half of it on the floor, right? And they eat the other half. I never charged for that. I never charged for that cut up hot dog. Matter of fact, when I cooked it, man, I love that I cooked it. You know why? Because I was getting a little fan out there from my hot dog. So you guys are in on this too. That little fan is going to drop half of it. Because he just dropped a piece, all right? I'd go up to that table. Now, I wanted them to know what I was doing for them too. I'd go to that table and I'd say, ma'am, we're not charging you for that hot dog tonight. About half of it's going to hit the floor and I want you to relax on all of it. We'll gladly clean that up. Relax. That's a mama that's seen. What did it cost me? Back then in 1991, 92, 93, it cost me a 10-cent hot dog to do something kind and to see somebody. Who in here has people that ask for extra ranch now? Give it to them. If they ask for 25 cups, we got to charge them. But if they ask for an extra, hey folks, I'm supposed to charge you for this, but obviously that's not who you are. I'm giving you permission. I'm giving you agency to do that. We are not worried that much about our food costs. We're more worried about this. Listen to this quote for a second. And let this sink into your soul. Because whether you stay in this business the rest of your life, and you know what, there's a chance. Our economy has shifted to a service economy. You'll be in some form of service potentially in your life. You got to learn these things, right? But listen to this quote. It's Maya Angelou. Anybody ever heard of Maya Angelou? Okay? She said, people will never remember what you say. They will never remember what you do. But all of them will remember how you made them feel. See, you're going to remember today because I'm hopefully getting some feels up in you. I'm making you feel today. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you how to do it. I'm telling you to let your heart lead. And I'm giving you money. I'm going to give this store, this staff, $300 for you guys to spend. You can split it all up. You can have a little get together because you got to become a family. You can spend it on yourselves. You can split it up. I'm going to leave that up to you. Okay? But I'm going to give you another $200 a month to spend on guests. And I want you to do whatever. And I'm not talking about, well, I'm just going to buy their meal tonight or whatever. That's, other people do. Think more creative. Think more creative. I'll give you an example. God literally dropped this whole thing in my spirit. This past week, there's a restaurant in New York City called 11 Madison Park. I've never been there. It's like $350, per person. Oh yeah, it's one of those joints, right? 2011, 2012, they went to this big restaurant thing, and I'm talking about fine dining chefs where they make tiny little food and get to charge $1 zillion for it. Those kind of places, right? They went to a place where they were invited as one of the top 50 restaurants, not in the country, not in New York City, in the world, right? That's pretty good to be invited to that. They didn't know what place they were in when they went, so they were kind of hoping. They were like, it's the first time we've been invited. Maybe we'll come into like number 35 or whatever, and they were kind of excited about it. The guys were young too. You got to keep in mind, this guy was not even 30, the one that ran the floor. Okay? They get there. They said, they got into the top 50 really quick. We were actually thought we were going to be able to enjoy the meal, but they started the countdown. Coming in at number 50, a new entry from New York City, 11 Madison Park. They were number 50. Okay. They were number 50. Great food, almost perfect food. Almost perfect food. Came in at number 50. How would you feel if you had the 50th rated restaurant in the world? It's pretty good, isn't it? They were pissed. They were pissed. Their first thought was, what do we have to do to get to number one? What do we have to do to be number one? That was their mindset. So they left. 2017, they were voted the number one restaurant in the world. Here's how they did it. The same way we used to operate. It became all about making the customer feel. It became all about doing something extra for them. This is where that $200 I'm giving you extra comes from. I'll give you an example of what they did. Okay? They listened. So when you go to a table, listen to the people. That's why I'm asking, please God, Leave that in. Because you can't focus if that buzz is even in your back pocket. Because be honest with me, guys. When if it's in your back pocket and it buzzes, do you wonder what it is? Raise your hand if I'm telling the truth. Are you good? Thank you. She snuck hers up, but it was there. If you don't have it, you can do what? You can focus on your yes. I feel for you. That thing rules you in so many ways. It rules you. It makes you look, right? When you're in here, if you truly want to make people feel, you gotta see them, and you gotta be in the moment with them. And you gotta listen. What are they talking about? Okay? So here's what they did. They said, you know what? We have some baked in things that we do that are special. We do too. I really want to see that umbrella used on a rainy day. I want y'all to run out, walk people in on a rainy day. Okay? Walk them back out. That should be baked in. Somebody should be looking to do that all the time. Right? Number two, we have some other things that are kind of baked in. Now the hot dog thing is going to be baked in because I just said that. I hope. Hey, we are not charging for a damn cut up weenie. We're not doing it. We're going to give it to that family. Okay? This lady right here, I get more compliments from you, and I know I don't want me to embarrass you today too, okay? But she heard the other day my wife give a menu, and she said, oh wait, stop. And she said, yeah, was that provolone instead of American? You wanted on that Andy's cheeseburger? And my wife went, yes it was. That's special. That's making somebody feel noticed and appreciated, right? This is why we say greet them or whatever. That's baked in. But the true magic happens when you listen to them at a table. Give you a couple of examples that 11 Madison Park did. One, there was a couple, the server went up to the couple and found out that they had gotten married, but they didn't look happy. That day, this was their wedding meal together, right? Why? There was drama in the family. Oh yeah, y'all know, some of y'all know, yeah, I know that might happen in my family too. Drama in the family, so finally they said, to heck with it, we're going to the justice of the peace, we're getting married, and we'll go out and have a nice meal, right? They went out, the server heard that. And so in the course of the conversation, she said, well, what was going to be, since you guys didn't have a reception, what was going to be your song you were going to do your first dance to? They told her the song. She said, okay, great. Well, then she went back and said, and told some other people, said, we got to do something for them. So they spaced their meal out until close. At close, they finally gave them their check. They got it. They didn't give them the food. That's not what this is about. This is not about giving people something. It's about making them feel seen and giving them a memory and giving them a feeling, right? So they said, hey, wait, before you leave, follow me into this. They had a private dining area, into the private dining area. When they walked in the private dining area, a bar was set up. All the staff was there. When they walked in, they played that song. Please have, this is your reception tonight. Please have your first dance. Do you think that couple is going to tell that story, and do you think that couple felt special? I'll give you another example. Happened to be listening to a business band talking about, I came to New York City, the one thing I promised my kid was one of those little tiny New York bears that every street vendor sells with I love New York little sweater on, whatever, okay? That little bear, and I didn't get him one, and I've got, as soon as we finish here, I got to race to the airport. Server went right out the back door, went right down the corner, bought a little bear. On his way out, she handed it to me. Said, here, this is for your child. He cried. His daddy was a hero when he came home. They made it happen. This is how I want to change your thinking. It goes beyond just delivering food. Cooks, what about your side? Same thing. Food has to be impeccable. It has to go out. You have to be proud of every piece of it goes out. If we want to be great, it's not enough just to be timely and sloppy. We got to be timely and clean. We got to be timely. You got to be proud of it. Okay? And if it sat too long and that cheesesteak, you're like, man, that's probably like shoe leather. You refire it, you make another one, you make a fresh one. You do it right. You do it right. Right? So we're working together like this. Y'all, we got to in our little hamburger and hot dog sandwich, we can make memories for people. Y'all, if you'll just listen to people, do something extra. Do something extra. You're not going to be able to do it every day because you're not going to hear it every day. But we're going to run enough so that you can truly connect. But That's been one of our adages, is that we need to connect with our guests, right? I want to go beyond connect. I want y'all to have a relationship with that guest. Who in here has regular customers? Yeah, right? Can we spread that? Can we do something special for that person from New Jersey that's literally riding down I-95, happens to pull off and come in here on their way to Myrtle Beach? We got to do it. This is what we used to be known for. We got to be there. We don't nickel and dime people. It's just not who we are. We don't serve people just to serve them. We want to make people feel. We want to be engaged. We want to make them feel seen. Every time I come in here, when I first met you, you were shy. You stayed away from me. Now what do you get every time I come in? A hug. Damn right you do. Okay? That goes for all of you. You're going to get a hug. All right? Because you are seen. I appreciate you. Every time I go back to that cook line, what do I say to you, young fella? Great job, guys. Great job, guys. Proud of you. Right? Do you feel seen when I say that? We have to do that. By the way, too, if we can do this times 60 restaurants, really get good at it, I'm going to start a thing on Humane. By the way, get on Humane, because I'm going to tell these stories over and over and over. Okay? I got 30 more, okay, that I'm not going to bore you with today. But I got 30 more of time. Instead of having news from the highway over there on that one side, it's going to be stories from the highway. And we're going to start putting these stories in there. So send us a picture. Chester tells me about a dad and a daughter that eat with y'all at least 4 or 5 days a week. I guess they sit over there somewhere most of the time.
B8.
Y'all know who I'm talking about?
They sit at B8.
What can we do for them? What can we do for them that goes beyond just appreciating them? They'll say something. You can really make them feel seen. Okay? I hope y'all understand the twist. I am incredibly proud of this story. A couple of things I want you to work on. Part of being great is every single salt, pepper, napkin holder, ketchup bottle needs to look the neatness, the cleanness, the organization, all of that. When you wipe down a table with a wet rag, grab a couple of napkins and dry it off. I always make a joke. It gets wiped down. I say, "Nah, you don't want to put your elbows in a pond." And let me wipe that up. Okay? Wipe that up for them. Have everything set the same way. Have the salt first. If a blind guy comes in here, he knows the first one he grabs is going to be salt. Did y'all know that? Okay? That's why it's important. Again, it's not about us, it's about them. That's true love. That's agape love. That's extending yourself for somebody else, right? But do the little things. Get in the cracks. Wipe the table down, hit the crack. Somebody follow behind later on, sweep it up. We got a floor you can be proud of again. Thank goodness, okay? We got to keep it right. It's $9,000 to redo this floor. That's more than some of y'all's car. Right? Please help me take care of this floor, okay? But why did I do it? Because I want every guest to come in here. I want to be proud of what our appearance is. I'm going to get you some new umbrellas because they're already faded out. That's why they were only $27. No, I know. They don't last very long, okay? But maybe they'll last a little bit longer if we get in the habit of bringing them in at night. All right? Putting them out in the morning, lifting them up, inviting people to come sit underneath that. Today's going to be 80 degrees. Actually a good day for Kenney to sit outside and eat. How about a pup cup for every dog that goes through? Every dog, okay? Every dog. You want to wow somebody? Love their pet. They love their pet, love their kids, they're going to love you. Okay? There's all kinds of things we do. I want you to think that way. I want you to brainstorm together. I want you to think about the people that come in here and what can we do for them. I want you to think how you're going to spend your $300. Are you going to get together as a group or you just want to split it all up individually? That's up to you. Okay? I want you to care. Because you're developing habits that are going to make you a better daddy, a better mama, a better person, a better whatever. You will have these habits and you will learn them in Highway 55, which is awesome. And you know what? At 62 years old and in my last chapter probably of my life, if I can leave that as a legacy, that's a life well lived. If you all of a sudden, you change the way you think, you put your phone down. I want you to do me a favor, all of you. I want you to put your phone down while you're in here, obviously, I want that, but away from here, start at 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes. Just put it and go outside, look at God's creation. Take a deep breath. Look at the trees. Gadget keeps you guys so anxious. I'm on no social media. My phone is downstairs at night charging. I use it for calls and texts. Basically, it is useless. I can literally have a flip phone and I'd be fine. Okay. I don't even get my emails on. I do my emails throughout the day in the office, and guess what? At night, that's my time to be present with my wife. It's my time to be present. Right. Start at 5 minutes a day. Maybe the next week you get it 10 minutes. Then you stretch it out to 30 minutes of just breathing. Thinking about what you can do. Love your neighbor. Eat around your house or wherever the case may be. Guys, I think this is important. I dropped it in my spirit to come share this with you today. And I'm going to end it with, I'm so proud of you. Look at where you've come. You guys did $25,000 more last month than you did in September last year. Shit, $25,000. We can still do that. That's what excites me. Are you competitive? You want to be number one? You're at the doorstep. That's time to kick that door down. If you guys will get together as a unit, make that daily goal, right? Help this lady out. Because look, she's speed of the ball, speed of the crew, ain't she? Does she work? That's easy to follow, Eddie. That's easy to follow. Help her. Help her. And once again, cooks, wait staff, Mr. Tommy, I don't care who you are, you have full agency to make the guests happy. To make them feel good. You don't have to ask for permission. You don't have to ask Beth. She doesn't have to call the office, see if Kenny's okay with that. You just do it. All right? And then we'll tell the stories. Appreciate you listening. Love you. Thank you.
Thank you.